This is Roberto Feliciano Posadas, and if I were president-elect in 2010, this would be my first 100 days action plan. Akin to a captain of a ship of state who must himself navigate the high seas of governance, directional guidance according to the weighted data, statistics, I would decide executive issues at least for the short terms in view of the long terms. In implementing my platform, coherent, consistent, and overarching message in the first 100 days, nominees for cabinet posts would have already been identified to hit the deck running for testing and putting their feet under fire in an ad hoc central panel. All information or research would be collated, organized, and inured or immunized even in any administration's subjective agenda. These can be tractable empiricals, if not imperatives, for the objective continuity of the governed's greater good. Of course, we would be hands-on for executive branch enforcement or reinforcement, as the case may be, and enabling recommendations, sort out proposals, and other inputs. With an executive decreed Youth Social Capital Commission, this generation could band together nationally and globally, and under this category or file would be the clustering of direct reports from overseas Filipinos. This would be subject to verification before full world transparency, resolution, executive decision, or legislative agenda. Now, again, this would inure into a precursor or prototype of a governance transparency tracking, or GTT, that could harness all Filipino experts, skills, and researchers, at least as a handle for theories and applications or best practices, both in governance and in business. Our acts will be put together in a program out of the clutter of missions and objectives for social and economic progress, or at least instruction thereof. One hand would know the other in one body of nation. We would use our cost-effective creative resourcefulness into a unified communication systems or citizens broadband, or UCCB, only initially for direct contact between citizens and governance. It would become the most robust and reliable redundant universal internet in Asia, as was best originally intended, i.e., a world wiser web, not merely wider, but also wiser now. In an orderly and efficient unified communication, these nominees would step up to the plate to be gauged as levers or measured funnel tools for initial cause or effect nature of issues, or for part of the solutions and even answers. All data will inure into collective layers of comprehensive knowledge or calibrated wisdom, mandated of a compassionate president of a nation, not merely of a country, because leadership fills in a vacuum in space. Not necessarily in the preceding order, I would fill in some gaps to push whatever momentum, capital, and initiatives towards self-reliance in micro-entrepreneurship as seeds of our nation's economic wave and base, generating more hopes and impetus for a greater middle mass. I will form immediately a comprehensive national disaster and crisis management task force in year-round proactivity and preparation. It is almost insane for us to know that climate disasters and crisis control can happen every year like surprises of the year in and year out. After all, we are all scouts of the Philippines, and we must be better prepared. I would have immediate briefings on climate change issues to prioritize with other countries. Precisely based on no-wall web information interaction and global implications, we would factor in our clear positions and responses to the current world recession based on our economic growth or the absence thereof. Terrorism peace and security, OFWs, as we mentioned earlier, diplomatic relations, changing international order, and Philippine competitiveness would all be comprehensive in their ultimate objectives via cultural, social, and natural or territorial bridges. Categorically and contextually, if I were President-elect of the Philippines in 2010, this is Roberto Feliciano Posadas, and in the first 100 days, this would be my plan of action. Thank you.